Hey everybody, good to see you again. Steve's back. Hoping everybody's doing well. Please subscribe, please share if you like the video. So, I think if you've seen any of my videos in the past, you know when I started playing Jimi Hendrix and Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, Johnny Winter, Rick Derringer, all these guitarists were, in their heyday, coming along. And so that's, what I learned in the very beginning. I started with my acoustic guitar, maybe when I was 11, and fooled around on that and learned some chords. Finally got my electric guitar when I was 13, and I was in a band that summer, trio with bass player and a drummer between 7th and 8th grade, and I've been in bands ever since. So Hendrix was a big, influence on me, and he's just got such a huge body of work that you got to make sure that you check it all out. I've done videos in the past, and some of the songs, whether it's Hey Joe, Purple Haze, Little Wing, so, his top songs, ones that have gotten the most airplay that you've heard of. But he's got such a body of work that don't overlook, especially Cry of Love. I think there's another album called War Heroes and Crash Landing. And some of the stuff that he's done in the studio is just crazy. It's just amazing. It's such a difference than just hearing him with the Power Trio, playing at crazy volumes, on his live material. The stuff that he does, the layers of different guitar tones and different sounds and, 4 or 5 tracks of guitar on some of these songs, it's just incredible. So a song that I played in a band when I was in high school was called Freedom. And I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but it just has so many different parts in it that it really is much more complicated than pretty much most of the other material that he put out that really got him, Foxy Lady, and got him, the status, the elite status of, one of the top guitar players ever. So just to show you some of the parts that are in there, it starts out in a C sharp, and it's either done with the power notes on the bottom, on your A and your D string, and then it goes to a bass line. And then it comes in with that lead. I'm not using distortion, I'm not using tone that he would have, but I'm just trying to show you the parts. And then basically the verses, and then when he gets into the chorus, it's more like the C sharp with a note, E and an E. And that's pretty much the main part. But he gets into all kinds of jamming. There's a part. And that's harmonized. There's two different guitars doing that. He goes into a jam, for a while and some solos. And then he gets back into it of the verse with a. So there's all these parts, but I always loved the end because he just really added like a really cool, couple chords and different things. The end is something like. cool ending. I think I missed a couple notes down there with that. But anyway, you get the idea. I haven't played it in a while. Just to tell you, Cry of Love. Listen to Cry of Love. So many songs on there. Or I believe that's called Easy Rider. Very cool song. There's a slow song called Angel. That's terrific. I mean, there's just so many great songs on there. You know, Crash Landing. There's another. War Heroes. Got some really cool stuff. So make sure, you know, are you experienced? And, you know, the first few albums, you know, smash hits are great. Great introductions. It has When Cries Mary and, you know, all of the Crosstown Traffic, of course, is, you know, on a best of, because that was on Voodoo Child. Another great song. But I just wanted to open up your ears and your eyes to moving into Jimi Hendrix, even though he was with us 60 years ago, you know, or 50 years ago as these albums were coming out. He had some amazing stuff, and you can learn so much from, you know, playing along and picking up some of his technique. So that's it for today. I hope it's people that are looking for a coach or a teacher that would do it on Zoom, you'll consider me. If you like my content, I put a list out of ways that you could send tips. You know, musicians need tips to survive, and would love to have that happen with you. And I'm here for any of your questions or anything you might want to need help with advancing as a guitarist. We'll see you next time.